And welcome to Age 2 of Dawn of Worlds. All systems go. This will be the Age of Races. My name is Logan. I am playing the domain of law. Um, and Abby, who are you playing?
I am playing the nature domain, Gaia herself.
Popcorn Connor.
Unexpected. Hi,
That's
I'm
what
Connor.
popcorn is.
I am playing Destinius, the god of destiny and the fates.
Sarah.
Popcorn Austin.
I'm Austin, and I'm playing the Traveler, the god of travel, and the Sea Dwarves. Go, Sean.
Sean. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm mute.
Oh,
Wow. You're still muted.
big.
Big yikes.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know John
Sean.
was in the stream.
It's close enough, easily confused. I'm playing Celestia, and I am in charge of the sun, the moon, and the stars above. We'll see how that plays out. Popcorn Sarah, I think, is the only one left.
Last but not least, I'm playing the domain of time, Kronos. And the great time dragon is currently my avatar choice.
Yes. So here's our beautiful world. It's updated slightly to reflect the changes that we made in the first age. And you can see our beautiful, some drawings are still there. Currently, just to set the stage, we have an avatar. Abby has the mother tree with her awakened shrubs. There's the time dragon situated on the beautiful island of Time Dragon Island. There's Clotho, which is a spiritual
Or-
basketball, I think, seated at the bottom of a well. And the Faded, which are some symbiotic ghost parasites, is what I'm led to believe.
Parasites is a strong word.
Yeah, I guess
It's more benign than that.
Okay.
Symbiotes,
perfect.
maybe.
Symbiote. Yeah, I guess I called them symbiotic parasites. That doesn't make sense. And the sea dwarves that Austin made. And I can't remember, did the wandering one make the dwarves, or did you just pop them down?
No, they just appeared magically.
Perfect. And I think that's all the races we have and all the avatars that we have. So with that, we can just jump right in and roll our points. Point costs are different in this age, so while you can still do everything, the game sort of guides you to more creation of races and sort of preliminary commands. And then in the next stage, it's really cheap to make them do things as the world matures. So yeah, everyone, we can just jump right in. Make sure you have your token selected before you roll. So,
Ooh, let's see.
Did we have bonuses? Do we apply
Did we have
that?
bonuses?
yes, so everyone's
Yes.
points should still be the same as what they are in the turn. And then Sean and Austin have a +2, and everybody else is at +3.
Okay. Oh, I only got 8.
Right there with you, buddy.
I'm not off to a
Hey.
strong start like last time.
No!
11.
Great. Well, is everyone rolled?
It looks like it.
Then Gaia. Nope, not Gaia. Never mind. Yes, Gaia. You start off.
Yeah, it's me. Oh, geez.
Makes
Take us
This was
away.
me 2 rounds last time.
So, of note, when I created the Awakened Shrubs, I was supposed to have an order. So I've made the Order of Growth, which are basically priests of the Great Mother Tree who take care of the sick and wounded awakened shrubs that live in the forest. So that's what they do. But, for my turn, what do I want to do? Let's see.
And just a reminder for people watching along, we sort of amended the rules so that everyone takes one action and then we just cycle through. So if you're confused about why people only take one action, that's why.
I think I'll create a sub race. So I need to click myself and then spend those points. Okay. And my little planty boys are venturing out into the ocean
Oh,
as awakened
They're
seaweed.
watery planty boys.
Awakened seaweed.
Awakened seaweed. Awesome, I love it. Sentient seaweed off the southern coast.
So that's my turn.
I
All
love
right,
it.
sounds like a plan. All right, and Celestia is going to create a race. So I'm going to create the Dragonborn on my little volcanic sort of island chain archipelago that I spent so long making earlier.
And Logan
And,
moved on a whim.
moved completely. It's fine. I guess it looks better. Yeah, and I think they're gonna sort of arise out of the volcano. I imagine them. I imagine like the Dragonborn there kind of their cool free thing is they get a free avatar when the race is created. So I imagine like a golden dragon emerging from the volcano, and then from that golden dragon, the Dragonborn I've created is my avatar, and I'll come up with a name later. But that will be my turn for the moment.
I'd say aim. If you make something, you don't have to name it on the spot, but maybe like aim to have it named when we get to you next. But
Sounds
I
like a
don't feel pressured. We can
plan.
always come up with fun names like Cloaca right there.
Definitely do it,
Ooh.
but no pressure.
Yeah, great.
Because that's exactly the name.
Here, I'll tell you what. If you don't have a name by your next turn, I'll come up with a fun nickname like Cloaca.
Great.
That'll be your
Awesome.
motivation.
The
That
negative
is
reinforcement.
very motivating.
Cool. I'm up. And I, Mother Time, I'm also feeling like creating a race of her own. And she is going to create humanity up over in this Nile
Ooh.
Delta.
Free
So,
humans.
Humans. And I'm gonna say that they have a little bit longer than average lifespan at this moment in time. So like they can live to 200 years old for now.
Okay.
All right.
Mums.
And then Austin, did you have a monument for your dwarves?
Yes, I thought about this, and so normally the sea dwarves, the sea-floor, it's a couple 100 feet down. You know, it's pretty deep. So their monument is there is like a magma flow with a massive like vent on it that comes up like 50 feet off the floor, just spewing like hot gas and stuff like that. And they're going to found that as a monument to their jewel smithers.
Nice. I love it.
So I'm going to command race to make a city around this steam vent. So let's do that.
We don't really have like an icon for a city, but you can just find one that.
Yeah, I'm going to go
looks
get one
nice.
and I'll throw it over there.
I think you guys, since you're all GMs, you should be able to just, if you find something online, like on freetokens.com, you can just throw it in there.
We need to stop saying that. Just
Why? I think that might actually be the name of it, but whatever.
All right, so I command the sea dwarves to make that city, and I guess I also need to name my order. So it's going to be in order of the jewel smiths, non-religious.
Okay, non-religious. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, non-religious.
So I think I'm up, right? Yes. Law is up. I think I'm going to found a race. I'm going to found the elves. And I think I'm going to start them off on Time Dragon Island.
Mm.
And they're going to have. They're just going to. This is what it'll be. I'm going to use your avatar for some flavor, Sarah. So the 3 heads of the Time Dragons were wondering, or they each wanted to make a race, and they couldn't decide on who got to create it. So Present convinced Future to vote with him, and he'd let the race live into the future, and so they outnumbered Past. So the elves exist now, and in order to uphold his promise to Future, they have infinite life until they like get sick and die that way.
Mhm.
And so they just sort of popped out of his head or something. I don't know.
Cool.
They exist there now.
Time Dragon needed some company.
Very
He did.
Athena, yeah.
He had a very bad headache. Yeah, popped right out. Just the other head just like whapped him real fast, and then it split open, and bloop, out came the elves.
Yes.
It's
who
a
are
beautiful origin
immortal
story.
at the moment.
Thank you. They're gonna amend it after they, I don't know, develop literature or something. Oh, and then since they're the elves, I get to do a free advance when I create them, and I think they're just going to be probably like just, I don't know. This sounds a little cliche. They're gonna be very magically gifted, like their life in close proximity to the Time Dragon lets them, I don't know. They're good at magic. I don't know what to tell you.
Luckily, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, so
Yes. Okay.
So we had all of these races pop up. This is giving me some difficulty. I was going to create an order among probably the Ents, the shrubs, the sea shrubs. I don't know which.
Both.
I think that's still what I'm gonna do. I might be revising my plans though, because this is way more points than I thought it was gonna be to keep up with all the races that are being created.
we did pop up quite a few in a short period of time. But that's what this age is for. Races are cheap now. Spend those points.
That's me done, Abby. You are on deck.
I'm not on deck, I'm going.
Well, you're on deck to go right now.
Okay, so I can command my avatar to make a city, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Avatar
So
name.
I just quick rules clarification. The command avatar, and looking at it, I think the way that makes sense is that you pay an extra point and then can take another action, which I don't know that really lines up with the way that we're running the game with split turns like this. I think the intent is you pay 1 point to command avatar, and then say if your command avatar is then creating an order, you still pay the create order points. Right?
No.
No, I think you get it for free.
You get it for the point. That's why avatars are so good, because you get whatever the avatar can do for just 1 point. I feel like that's how we did it when we first played it.
It feels familiar.
The thing is, like, the difference between commanding an avatar versus doing one of these actions is you can only command the avatar to do something where they are. So, like,
Also, it's once per round, I think.
Mm-hmm.
yes. So once per round. So, and a round is still when we generate points. So you can
Right.
command them to do one immortal action every time we generate points, not every time it's your turn.
Yeah, so if I want to make another city, I have to pay create city. But for now, I can command my
Yes,
avatar
I
to do
see.
it.
That tracks. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you just have to make sure you're not commanding your avatar multiple times per power generation, I guess.
You can, as long as it's not an immortal action.
Oh, okay.
You can do many mortal actions.
Right. Yes, you are correct. Which, do they really explicitly say what the difference between those are?
They
I
don't
think
list
do.
mortal actions.
I guess mortal would be more like
Leading an
leading
army.
an army, raising it. That's
Okay,
their one
so-
example, I think.
I don't know what a good token for this is. I'll just grab something though. Basically, I want my avatar to make a city where all of the like old awakened plants go to like live out their last days. And it's like this place, I've named it autumnal, but it's like you go there and everything's like red and orange and yellow because all of these trees are like, and seaweed, I guess, are putting on like their last it's like their last hurrah. So in retirement, they all turn these beautiful colors and then die and enrich the land, and then the cycle continues.
So you just founded the retirement home for ants.
Yes.
I love it. It sounds beautiful.
Can I put it on this island over here or no? Because that's where I wanted to go. Or maybe it can be like on this little outcropping. That's good. And I did spend my power, so I think I'm good.
Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna have I'll also command Avatar to build a city. Who I named named my golden dragon Solaris. And Solaris is going to command the Dragonborn to build a golden city surrounding the volcano of the main volcano, the volcanic archipelago. And I'm thinking kind of like, I haven't exactly figured this out, but the Dragonborn just like don't care that it's a potentially active volcano. Like either they trust that Solaris will protect them or Celestia will protect them or something, but they're just building like right up on here.
I made a joke and no one laughed, and I was like, "Oh, okay, fine,
You're
whatever."
muted.
But then I was muted. I was like, they should probably look up the melting point of gold before they build this golden city on a volcano.
Very funny. Very funny. Well, I was thinking like City of Brass is kind of like a common idea, but in this case, it's going to be a City of Gold. And I will command my avatar real quick. It doesn't matter. Just spend that point, and I'll just move my turn along, and I'll plop my city down real quick.
Also, and you can go back and amend this, when you make a race, you can start it off as -1 corrupt, neutral, or a +1 pure.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Actually, then I want to give the Dragonborn +1 pure.
You're going to give them pure?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little dove symbol, that's for pure, and there's a little bat symbol for corrupt.
Oh, okay.
I've annotated the list. Oh, someone deleted it.
Someone stole the pure.
I moved it up to your thing.
Oh, you moved it? Well, you need to put another one back. I'll do it for you,
Whatever.
so other people can have access.
And so the dwarves, or
Why did you put?
I think Connor said the faded were neutral
Yeah,
when you made
neutral.
them. And then so Abby, you can do the shrubs.
They're
and
also
the-
neutral.
Okay.
And the sea dwarves are +1 pure.
Okay.
Okay. Humanity is neutral.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say that their order within humanity that's dedicated to me is kind of like the order of Carpe Diem, to make the most of their time. And it's a religious order, since they are probably the most limited in lifespan. They have a religious sect that teaches them to make the most of their lives. And I am going to command race, and they will build a great city at this Nile Delta. Or start laying the foundation.
Alrighty, so I think that makes me next. I am going to make a race. And I'm going to make them over there on that grand mesa that I made in H1.
Oh, the
It's
mace is
gonna-
coming into play.
It's going to be the centaurs.
Oh,
Well versed for this incredibly cold climate that I made up there.
Hopefully there's a big ramp, or else they're stuck up there.
yeah. Can they climb? Are they mountain goat centaurs?
It's so defensible. You know, they can't leave, no one can get up. It's perfect.
Just don't include any bison, please.
Hey now, rude Sean.
Throwback.
And do I get an order when you make a race? Is that the
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
And you can decide if
Okay.
they're pure, neutral, or corrupt.
Okay, they're going to be -1 corrupt,
Oh,
and I will
awesome.
figure their order out before my next turn. All right, let me pay for that. To make sure I don't spell centaur wrong.
Yeah, spelling.
We can always figure that out.
Hey,
later.
there we go. Okay.
Okay, so my order inside of the elves is going to be called the Wardens, and they are religious, and their overarching goal is to just enforce the order of all things. So they've sort of taken a place inside of elvish society as like this is gonna sound awful, like halfway between like a police officer and a politician and a judge. So like they
So judge,
determined-
jury, and executioner?
yeah, so like they're very revered. They're not good, so like they're going to be like a neutral order at the beginning. So they're not trying to strive for good, they're just trying to strive for order. And I will command the race. They're gonna build like a large city here at the mouth of, or at the peak of this bay into the cliffs. It's like this great city carved from the seafloor all the way, not the seafloor, the ocean level all the way to the top. And there's great waterfalls that come out, and it's just exquisite architecture. And I will name it, but that's what they will establish themselves. And
We have
command
sea
race.
dwarves and stonemason elves.
Yes, so I have no more points.
I'm going to pass and save my 2 points, and that takes us right back to Abby.
Oh, jeez. How much? Where is what I want? Advanced civilization. That's what I want. So the awakened seaweed
Never gets old.
are going to be masters of defense. Okay. So these seaweeds, like all along this coast, they've figured out like how to live comfortably and keep like dangerous fish out and unwanted creatures on this time-stricken land. So there's like basically it like they create this net of seaweed that just surrounds the island. Like in defense of the mother tree, and then they protect like their young and stuff too. So it's like young to old layers.
So they're propagated all along the coastline?
Yeah.
Sounds gross for some reason.
It really kind of does. It's like skin cells being shed off of this
Yeah.
island.
Yeah, that's
It's
like what
a
it
skin of
is.
seaweed. Ugh.
Oh, it's
It's like-
great.
Living seaweed, sentient seaweed that hates you and wants you to go away.
It doesn't hate you, it just doesn't want
Grumpy
you
old
there.
seaweed hanging out on the shore.
Very grumpy seaweed.
So, yep. That's that. And then it's Sean, I think, is up next.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to advance civilization, and I'm gonna advance my Dragonborn to be master healers, because I think Abby established previously that there's a special herb on the archipelago that I placed the Dragonborn that's supposed to be really good for healing. So part of the Dragonborn's practice is that they all learn at least the basics of healing, and also their most learned though are exceptional healers. And that'll be my turn.
Cool. I am going to pass and save my 2 points.
Me too.
Me 3.
I'm still passing. Abby, it's your turn.
Ooh!
Oh my
That
gosh.
just
Shocking.
leaves-
I just need to spend 2 points.
Corrupt City.
No, I'm gonna purify city.
That's the opposite.
Alright, there you go, Dragonborn. Because you've taken this healing plant and nurtured it properly and with the correct respect, you get more pure.
Aw, thank you. They're the purest of the pure so far. I'll take it. I like it.
Disgusting.
I'm not interested in this.
For people
I
who've
appreciate it,
advanced,
Abby. Don't listen to the haters.
there's little light bulbs that you can put, and then you can name it to be your advance. That way we can all have
Oh,
an idea of what they are and keep track of them.
oh, I see.
It's like an idea. Bink.
Like a thought. Ba-ding.
Okay, so I guess we're
So we
done
can
with
generate.
this round, and we can generate more points.
That went
And I
fast.
think-
We're booking it.
Everybody at this stage is at +3, I believe. So
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's because we're just so good at this game. We're really, it's a highly competitive, but
What's the current meta for this game?
yeah, good question. At the moment, it's race creation.
It really is, yeah.
Nice. Oh, big power.
Look at that sweet, sweet green border.
Destinus, you are up.
Okay. I think we're gonna go with more order creation. Isn't that exciting? This time I'm going to create an order within humans. Um, so that's real simple. So just kind of to reiterate how the fated work. My intent is for them to be born like symbiotically with other creatures. So my order is all of the fated who are born alongside humans. Um, the idea being later on, I can command humans through the fated, basically. So it's laying a lot of groundwork, and then hopefully this will all pay off down the road.
Eventually, the faded will prove useful.
Sarah, I
One
have a
day.
question for you.
Yeah.
Do the humans have a city yet? What is that Colosseum thing?
Yeah,
That
I
is a city.
commanded them to start to make a city.
Okay,
And
cool.
it's like a city with bridges since they're on that delta, so that's why I picked the Colosseum. 'Cause it kind of
Nice.
looked like it was built up.
Kind of like
Oh.
Venetian-esque almost.
Yeah, but like maybe more raised up.
Then flooded.
Yeah, so it can flood and recede.
Sean, I want to know how much more you can cram onto that little island up there.
I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
Also, everyone remember that you still have your one free catastrophe that you can use in this age or the next. And then everybody also has their one I win this conflict card.
Did anyone use their catastrophe? No.
Nope,
Nope,
no
no
one's
one
used
did.
the catastrophe yet. I caused a catastrophe for that
Right, you did. but you paid
abomination
for it.
of a bog up there. Or tundra.
We have a
Cute,
great
yeah.
grape garden, but no one living there yet. So I mean, we gotta work
Yeah.
on that,
It's
guys.
just fruit all over the place and no one to eat it.
So,
Yeah, they have to get there.
my turn. I'm creating the tieflings, which are a subrace of humans, and they come from this place constantly on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Because nothing can grow there, so something was created that could. But then they corrupt the humans.
I saw that little bat swooping in.
So they corrupt this city of yours. So this bridge city is not as nice as it once was.
Oh darn.
Not just the city, the whole civilization right now. So humans.
Humanity
Humans in
is
general.
not
But these
so great.
tieflings are good. Like they hang out in the fire and they just kind of do their own thing. But the humans were like, "Did you see those devil men that moved in down south?" Like, and then dissent spread within the city, and that's how they got corrupted.
I
It's
heard that
all
area was
gossipy, really. It's all it is.
And that's
They're just
just a create subrace, Abby. Not if you were.
Is that not what I did?
I just let you save those 2 points if you didn't.
No, I did 4 points. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Wow. All right.
All right. So I am going to spend 1 point to command my avatar to. How far can he move? Like, really far? Like, how much movement do I get for 1 point?
Each round is 100 years. So
Great.
pretty
He's a
far.
cloak. He moves super fast.
He
He
never tires.
he moves all the way down here to the doors.
God. The doors. The centaurs have come back. The doors have come back.
I'm bringing it all back. This is a throwback week. And that's all he does. He just gets all the way down there and prepped for whatever.
Oh God, what's happening?
I'm so scared.
all right.
Yeah, let me spend that point here. Okay, there we go.
Okay. I am going. We can create sub races in other people's races, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The only caveat with sub races is they have to be like geographically adjacent,
Perfect.
more or less. But if you want to hop them over to the other continent, just come up with a reason for it.
Okay. For now, I'm going to create a subrace of elves since, they were basically involved with the time dragon in the first place. They're closely tied. And this subrace is very, I'm going to say, like, reclusive and into the study of magic and just like totally up in the mountains, potentially leaving the city and living up in the mountains with a time dragon, honing their magical skills.
Okay. And so just keep this in mind if they create a city, they can, since they're a subrace of elves, they get 1 free advance for that city. For the
Okay.
first city they make.
For the first city they make. So when they get there, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
call these the Kyrian elves. Just made that up. Okay. Boom.
All right. I actually don't know what I want to do quite. This is very tough, very tough. Could try to fit more things on my little volcano island. I think You know what? Actually, I think I want to create race, and I will spawn the halflings in the Great Grape Garden. I was trying to make it celestial somehow. I'll come up with something later. I was like, how can I do this? I like the idea for some reason of them like almost bursting from the grapes themselves, like being spontaneously generated from the vine. But that I feel like Dionysus suddenly. And then oh gosh, the halflings. Okay, so I get a free purify.
You can use it on your race or someone else's. Or you could make
catastrophe.
You can make the dragonborn like God's chosen people or something.
I don't know, they're getting there.
Or you could fix up those humans.
Yeah.
Or I could try and fix
They are
the
struggling.
humans.
They are
But
struggling.
I kind of like them. I might let them be evil for a little bit longer. Just because I think it's interesting. Oh gosh, it's so tempting. No, I think the halflings deserve a +1. So I'll purify the halflings themselves.
That means if you chose to start at -1 and got a +1, you could get to +0.
That is incredibly astute of you. You're correct. But oh, I forgot. I can chart. Oh shoot.
So you
You're
can
right.
start them at
I can start them at
+2.
+1. Okay. Well, I'll start them at +1, and I will make the Dragonborn
Oh my god.
Celestia's godly chosen people. These bitches at +3 already. And I forgot you can create them we'll create the halflings at +1 because they're good folk. And I guess I get to just save that negate a catastrophe.
Yeah, so it's like the first catastrophe to affect them, or any catastrophe to affect them, you can once cancel it.
Ah, okay.
It has to be on the halflings. You can't be like, oh my god, I'm gonna yoink that over to the dragon board or something like that.
Right. Oh, really? All right, so I'll create that race real quick. So I'll create the halflings. Okay, and then I'm good for now.
Oh, Sean, are you ready for this? So
What?
I'm gonna create an avatar, and it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe like either one, not the first, but maybe like the second, third, or fourth halfling to burst from the grapevine is going to get lost. I don't know. He's gonna go on a journey, and he's gonna end up in
He's
the
gonna go on a
bog, and he's gonna like get stuck in the bog, so he can't move anymore, and he's just gonna age, and he's just gonna have stayed there for like 100 years, and he looks ancient, and he is just an avatar, and he's stationary out in the bog. But you can never find him, so like you can't go searching for him. But sometimes if you're lost in the bog, you might stumble across him.
What is this?
Sounds
You
like
created a
one of
halfling
Logan's
cryptid
favorite
in
characters.
the
He's gonna-
bog.
He's gonna make the gnomes, so he's like a halfling, an old halfling. He's a gnome.
Oh,
He's
okay.
the
I thought that's where
first
this was
gnome.
going. He's the first gnome. Okay.
So I'm gonna be
that's
real
fine.
upset. I'm gonna be real upset if someone makes the gnomes on this next turn, and I can't use them for that.
I might just clean up the bog.
Yeah.
No!
Kill that guy. Like, there's
Why
so
are
many
they
things we can do
bog?
to mess with you,
They're
Logan.
bog gnomes.
Yeah, because they're so light. They like. Okay, well they don't exist yet, Sean. You'll get there.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I gotta work on my
I just created the avatar.
theological origin for my halflings real quick. Anyways.
Okay, perfect. So he's just living out there in the bog. His name's the grandfather.
The Bog Father.
I hate it.
Well, on my turn, surprise, surprise, I'm going to make another order of Fated.
What?
Yeah, it's just a real shocker. I think we're gonna go with elves this time. Gonna tack that onto my list and roll my points and move on.
My races remain pure.
Not for long.
Not for long. Okay, I have a question for my turn. If I want the awakened shrubs to go up to the grape garden and help the halflings culture grapes, can I make an order and they'll go up there and do it? Or can I command them and they'll go up there and do it? What do I have to do?
Well, it depends on what you want the outcome to be. Like, do you want them to just be up there? Like, you could just command some of them to go up there and then they just exist there. Or you could create an order and now you have awakened shrubs there with the express purpose of doing something and you can interact with them later.
I'll do
I would
that.
say so. If you're gonna create an order, like that'd be creating an order of halflings that like
Right.
worship the trees or.
I think you would have
shrubs.
to command some trees to go up there if you wanted actual trees up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you could command your order of growth to go up there and tend to the halflings.
Yes, I'll do that then. I'll command my avatar to command the awakened shrubs to go up to the great grape garden and culture grapes.
That is a heck of a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
It is.
They're doing it.
What are those halflings gonna think? These just shrubs start rolling up.
Hello.
These giant trees.
Yeah, to them they're just trees. They're not shrubs. They're just full-on trees.
I love it now. I am 100% for this.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can I put some up there then? Is that fine?
Yeah, maybe like for an order, maybe find one of these little heralds and use that for your order just so we can sort of, I don't know, just label everything.
Order of the
All right. Austin.
All right, I'm going back to my roots, and I'm going to shape climate.
Whoa.
Wow.
Ooh.
Throwback.
And I am going to freeze all of the water around my island with the doors on it. For the purpose of
Oh,
making
dear.
a ice bridge between the continent and the island with the doors.
I'm so scared.
Like, what's gonna come out of
Of
this?
note, the centaurs have an order that's called the Order of the Dark Path. So
Yeah, either we're gonna get invaded by centaurs or demons are gonna come out of that door through
Well,
the centaurs.
You know, there's
Just have
no
to
one on that continent yet, so
Except the sea dwarves, I guess.
they're off of it.
They're probably on the continental shelf.
I vote the Dragonborn take care of it since, you know.
Yeah,
Guys,
they
you
have-
don't have to take care of my stuff. They're just good people.
Also, did y'all get rid of my giant whirlpool? The eye?
Oh,
It got
I
off
didn't.
to the
Abby
side.
might have deleted it.
Abby.
I didn't delete it. Here you go.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. That is advanced.
Wow, really good.
That's beautiful, Abby.
Someone
Oh
stole
my
the coal. They can't actually get it. And then deleted it.
Oh, there's another one on the GM layer.
I don't know what that is.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Cold, so cold.
Oh my goodness. What to do? What to do? Hmm. Hmm. I am going to advance civilization for the humans. We'll leave them, you know, a little evil for now. We'll keep them. But they are going to become very innovative. So anything technology wise, they are just going to excel at and be super, super adaptable because they have to know how to use, you know, they need to find shortcuts so they can make the most out of their time and thrive. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Ah. I didn't select myself.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Okay, fixed.
All right. So, I think Solaris feels a great disturbance in the universe with the creation of the tieflings and the corruption of humans, and is like evil has entered this world and is going to order the Order of the Golden Sun, which is the Dragonborn Order, and is going to have them create or they're basically going to become pilgrims. Like it's a pilgrimage order, I guess, or a wandering order. So there'll be a great sort of diaspora of Dragonborn faithful who will start to spread through the land and I guess help. They're more like helpers, you know, like they're healers, they're there to help anyone who's in need, and then also kind of on the side they do teach about the Celestia and kind of their faith in Celestia, but for the most part they're meant to be like a teaching faith through good works sort of thing. And then I think that's just 1 point. Because it's a command order or a command avatar. And I don't know exactly how we want to work that out because it might take them a while to get places. But my idea is that at any I guess there'll be some of the first like diplomats also to try and
Or like
meet the
missionaries.
new races. Yeah, missionaries, but they're not really interested in converting that badly. They're like they understand that the more important thing is that they raise the level of goodness in the world.
Hmm.
And that is my turn.
Okay, the grandfather. I'm going to command him to spawn the gnomes.
What?
I know, I know.
We weren't expecting it.
I forgot to use my free catastrophe to clear up that bog.
When you said the words freeze, I was like, no, don't bring it back.
I was like, bring it back! Bring
Freeze
it
the
back!
bog,
A natural
freeze the bog.
tundra.
So he's going to create the gnomes up in the bog. And they're so light that they just sort of can stand on the little peat moss that's there and don't sink into it. And I have a free advanced city if they ever get around to doing that. So
Ever get a city?
yep. That is my turn.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, and instead of creating an order, I'm going to command avatar, and I'm going to use Clotho to create an order.
Ooh.
This time it will be the Dragonborn.
Woo!
Yes, one more round free.
Solaris does not like this. Very nervous about these faded.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Good thing we got all this space on the right side, because this order list is getting long. Mostly, just a few players.
Just one, really.
There's a lot of faded in the world.
All right, my turn.
How do you still have so many points?
I really don't understand it. It's crazy.
Sean has a lot of points too.
I do. I have the most at the moment, I think.
Okay. So, command order just has them do something. So I'm going to click my person, command order. Oopsies. Well, I'm gonna command the order of the wine, and they are basically going to like grow this very prosperous grape garden. Make the great grape garden the greatest grape garden. And create this like prosperous trade opportunity for the halflings there, and basically like help them out. You're muted, Logan.
No, he's very upset about something.
What a huff.
I said, make grape garden greatest again.
Yes.
MGGGGA.
It'd be great once we
Sounds
get
like
into
a plan.
merchandising.
I wouldn't wear that shirt in public, I'm sorry.
So they're basically gonna make this grape garden and like nurture it with the Great Mother Tree's blessing, and create the finest grapes anyone's ever seen, with the help of the halflings there.
Do we want to count that as an advanced civilization? I'm trying to think mechanically. Or just we can just write it down with our little money signs by the grape garden.
I mean, the halflings still have to harness these great grapes, so maybe that's an
Okay.
advanced civilization, like farther down the line. I don't know.
Because you just did command order, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep it as like a quasi.
I'll get rid of the
In
dollar
the
signs
work.
for now.
It's just regular.
That's my turn.
All right.
for-
So I am going to advance the centaurs and make them the masters of warfare.
Oh God.
Surprise to no one. This dark path.
Yes. So the Order of the Dark Path starts having dreams of destruction of their beautiful mesa, and they feel the call to train and start gathering their forces for whatever is going to come and do that to them.
Does a centaur army, is it just all cavalry, or do they also have infantry that take off their horse half?
No, the centaur are mounted on other centaur.
Just wait for my sub
Ah.
Yeah,
races. I'm going to
cavalry
fill out
is
the.
doubly mounted.
Some race of
Mountain,
centaurs are
double
horse
mounted.
heads on human legs.
No, I feel like they need like roller skates or something. So
I was gonna say they
faster.
just find even bigger horses and then they get on the even bigger horses.
They
It's like
have
war elephants, but
Yeah.
It's great. You guys are just fueling my future turns.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
that's what we're here for.
Okay,
all
so
about
that's
the
advanced.
Creative generation.
Okay. I'm saving my points.
All right. So I guess that means it's me. So I think I will
Sean, did you start the round with 19 points?
me?
Yeah.
No.
I think one of your
Did I
things didn't
forget
count.
this?
Yeah. 'Cause
What?
you've got 12 now still.
In the chat, you should be able to scroll up and see something that says, you wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Oh, yep. You are correct.
And then you
It
can-
did seem odd that I had quite so many, but I was gonna roll with it. I didn't. My
We
gate
could
race
tell.
didn't go through.
Hey, opportunity of you.
All right, let me just put it in real quick. So this is me creating the halfling. It didn't go through. Halflings have been made. But I think my 1 point for commanding my order did go through. It did. Yes. Okay. Cool. We Gucci. I will. Gosh. Okay. That makes everything much more. I will. I'll command the halflings to make a city. Easy enough. Command race. So I think taking in this great bounty, they sort of create I think it's a very natural city. Like the distinction between being a city and then being the countryside is like non-existent. So it's just there's trees everywhere. They're living with this order of living trees that randomly showed up, and just there's all the land is being either tilled or used for some purpose. or there's trees there, so it's very, very closely tied to nature at any given moment. Yeah, and that'll be my turn. Now I have to find a cool city icon.
Okay. I think I will create a subrace of the humans. So it's half cost, so it's 2. And they are going to be, I think, horse people, like nomads, and they're just going to spread across the Great Plains. There's not really a good icon for it, but here they are.
Oh, they're Vikings.
They're Vikings, apparently.
Valkyries.
They're land Vikings.
Land Vikings. Yes.
We still need to make orcs, theoretically, I guess.
Yeah, so they just sort of got upset with the whole corruption of the city, and they wanted to live a life that did not have to, I don't know, they got tired and fed up of the city, so they went to go live out in the country,
They got sick of the drama.
They got sick of the drama, and I'll give them a name. So they're not really a different race of humans, they're just a different culture of humans.
Cool.
Perfect. Oh god.
On my turn, I actually only have one valid action to take, which is corrupt city. Not gonna do that one, so we're just gonna pass.
You could purify a
Are you
city.
sure?
No,
it
purify
costs
city
more.
costs
the
3.
humans.
Oh, really?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it costs 3, but it costs 2 to corrupt. So
Wow.
Ain't
Look at
that
I guess
the
there's
way?
one thing mechanically they want you doing.
All right.
Because they know people like to make good cities, good people.
I am going to, let's see, advance a city. What's the halfling city name? Have you come up with it yet,
I'm
Sean?
trying to think of it right now. Why?
I'm advancing it.
Oh, okay. I haven't thought of a good halfling name. Oh, that's good. I like that. Well.
Okay. So now they make the best wine out of these grapes.
Make the best wine.
$signs.
That one city is just so good.
Halfling Central.
Sean said he didn't have one. Does anybody else have stuff for this turn?
I'm
Nope.
passing.
Not me.
All right.
Not
Passing.
bad.
What about you, Sean? Are you going to spend any points?
Yeah, let me spend my 0 points real quick. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, so round.
Also, feel free to just like in between your turns, if you race or something that's somewhere, you can start assigning like geographic names to places. Just as you see fit, just to start putting some names on the map.
Oh, for like
Time Dragon
our
Island.
lakes and
Yeah,
stuff.
like Time Dragon Island, you could give it a real name.
Could have a better name than that? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Volcanic Archipelago?
Sparse sheer rocks.
Yep,
I like
that's a good one.
bog. Bog
like
is very descriptive.
Okay, Sean.
Shallow mountains.
We've got the swamp over here.
We do.
Wait, where did you give me my advance? Did you put a little token, Abby?
I didn't. Here, let me add one.
Will you add a token, maybe? We need to do generate power.
More
though.
power.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's still at +3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thanks.
Oh man.
Wow. Austin and I got the same, but his just feels better.
Mine's highlighted in green.
What the heck, Abby?
Oof. Wow.
I'm not gonna
Abby.
lie, I'm a little salty about it.
Wow.
Double
Yeah,
sixes.
6 is not great.
I feel
think,
like Connor should be allowed to re-roll that 2 and a 1.
1 and a 2, it's great.
I would be willing to let you
How
re-roll
about
that.
new
That's pretty
rule?
sad.
You have 1 re-roll for. You can use
for
yours
the
now,
game.
Connor.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna beat a 1 and a 2.
Abby could also
So-
use her re-roll now.
I suggest Abby uses her reroll for sure.
I think we should force Abby to use her reroll, whether she wants to or not.
No, it's fine. I like what Abby's doing, except for that whole. Actually, no, I don't like what Abby's doing. Never mind. She grossed me out with that seaweed cesspool.
I don't know. I like what's happening with the wines.
Yeah, that is true. It's taking a good turn. And I think Gaia, you start off.
Oh boy.
Who would have thought?
I keep saying that, I feel like.
Oh man, I don't know what I want to do. Skip me and come back to me. Austin can go.
Yes. I know exactly what I'm doing.
He's growing too powerful. It's like we're playing Risk and he's in Australia.
He's the
Turtling
only
in
person doing
Siam.
anything to that island right now.
I am
wanna
going
do
to
some
cause
stuff, but it's a process.
an event.
Oh.
Expensive.
Make sure your events don't fall into the catastrophe category.
No, they
There
don't.
is a difference.
Gosh dang it. I keep copying the wrong thing.
Oh no. Oh god.
Oh.
Another
Wow,
door.
wow.
Why are they so
The doors
big?
they aren't that big. They aren't that big.
Feel
Can't
like
really
this
see them
is
if they're so
bad
small, though.
news bears.
So another set of doors appear
I don't like it.
over on that little piece of land.
Why must you do this?
And both sets of doors open. But
Okay.
they're just open. There's not a portal. They're just open.
Oh, they don't like lead to each other?
Yet.
Okay. Sorry if I ruined your surprise.
I think it was pretty obvious what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a surprise.
I spent all those points on those doors in round 1, you know. I just had to bring it back.
Yeah.
Stage
Gotta-
1.
Bam.
Bam.
Kana.
Okay. I'm going to. Man, I've got so many ideas. Disappointing that I still need to make all these orders.
You have to make so many orders.
I have to make so many orders. So this one is going to be an order of. Who do I even have
Can you
yet?
control the centaurs, please?
That's what I think. I'm making an order of the centaurs. I think that's what's going to happen next.
They need to be stopped.
They haven't even done anything yet.
Connor, you could use Clotho to just create an order of
Yeah.
Fated. Okay.
I mean, but that still costs a point. Like that's what I did last time.
Okay. I thought you were just being like, I'm running out of points from all these orders.
No. I just have already created 6 of them, so it adds up.
They're gonna be real fun next stage. Or
It's gonna be
whenever they're
great.
done. Whenever they're
Payoff.
done.
All right. So we finally have a fated order of centaurs.
Oh no, my races.
It's been corrupted.
Well, they were already at -1 corruption.
Well, but this is different. It's been corrupted by the fated.
Arguably worse.
It's a different, yeah.
So far, totally benign.
You're not
Mechanically
So
benign.
far.
In spirit,
Neutral.
horrible.
Suddenly his catastrophe is going to be everyone attached to a fated dies.
Dies.
That's gonna get my guys too, though.
I don't know. I don't think he's gotten the dwarves yet. They would survive.
It's true. The dwarves survive.
I'm still missing the dwarves, the halflings, the freaking
Tieflings?
gnomes now.
Wow, you do have a lot more orders to make. Good luck. I'm going to give you your own little
That would be nice, John.
section.
I appreciate
Why don't you
that.
just put like the fated ...
Because
Yeah,
honest to God,
maybe.
I've forgotten which ones I've created. If I didn't have this list, I'd be in trouble.
Uh-oh, that didn't. Uh-oh. Well, it's Logan's turn, so.
Yes.
Uh-oh. How did that?
Okay, I think I will create. How much money do I save by creating an avatar versus a race?
Avatars are
-1.
7.
But then you have an avatar.
It helps you out more in the long term.
Yeah, that's so expensive. God. Okay. I'll create a sub race of humans. Again, for 2 points. And these are going to be like a new culture. Where do I want to put them? Probably over here, like on this coast where Abby made it very bountiful. Bountiful.
Bountiful? Didn't she
Bountiful?
do it by the
She did it on
by
this
that
side of the
lake?
lake. Yeah, this lake.
Oh, that lake.
So they're gonna be there. And that is 2 points. Or yeah, 2 points.
I am going to command race. So the Kyrian elves are hanging out with the time dragon, and they receive visions from Kronos to build essentially like a Tibetan temple style city within the peaks of the mountain, and to protect the time dragon. So they get started on that. Dun,
We have another elven
dun.
city.
Yeah. It's the height of civilization.
All right. I think. How much time passes between each round?
100 years.
100 years? Okay. I think I'm gonna just have I will command avatar and have Solaris raise a new dragonborn city in this forested kind of jungly looking island down to the south. We will have a new dragonborn city, which I will name at a later date. Did that? Again, my trigger didn't go through. Okay. We go Chi.
All right, I am creating a sub race of the centaurs, which isn't necessarily a sub race, more of like, so the centaurs saw this catastrophe happening to their Grand Mesa, and they saw it being destroyed. They were like, we must master warfare to defeat whatever comes. And then there were other centaurs that were just like, well, we're just going to leave the Grand Mesa and find a more prosperous land. So these centaurs are not evil, or as evil, and they traveled across the desert oasis to the Great Grass Sea, and they live happily over here.
Oh.
They're gonna have him live in the tar pits.
No,
I was hoping
some
for
I
What about the
think did
swamp?
die in the tar pits on the way. It was a tragic journey.
Oh
It
no!
was a tragic and harrowing journey.
All
but
that
they made it
radiation.
to the Great Grass Sea.
So these are like the centaur monks that live peacefully in the Great Grass Sea and left.
We didn't need them anyway.
And then that's my turn.
All right. This changes my plans slightly. I am going to create a race of humans over by these new doors over here. Called the Shepherds. And I'm going to give
Humans are
them
just
an
popping up
order of the door.
What is this? Is this a sub race you said?
Yeah, a sub race.
Of human?
Yeah, I guess they're
Okay,
kind of
okay.
far.
No, that's fine. I had missed it. But you don't get an order immediately on a sub race, I don't think.
Okay.
No, yeah, it looks like you don't. Just for when you create a race.
Okay. All right.
I think for the first time, I will take an action that is not making orders.
you
I'm
feeling
going
alright?
to use Clotho. So I'm going to command Avatar. And I'm going to use him to command order. And I will command the order of the beasts. Mechanics are fun. I'm going to create, or rather, dictate the story of one particularly fearsome wolf who was born and immediately was kind of like recognized by the other wolves as being the dominant wolf. And over the course of a few years, he grew a very large, very fearsome pack that developed a pretty sophisticated hierarchy and almost like warfare tactics. So there's this large, fairly menacing group of wolves in the Great Dimyekia Plains. Is that what we're calling that? Dimyevka?
Dimyevka.
Dimyevka.
Gosh, we're
Evka.
Russian now.
And I would think this is akin to Ray's army, but there's not really a city from which to raise an army of wolves, if everybody's okay with that. All right.
Yeah, I guess you could
Great
city
army of wolves.
creating a city out of the race that is beasts.
Huh.
You guys are getting a little aggressive for my taste.
There's no aggression. Nothing's happened.
I don't have a single
No one has
army.
raised an army yet. You are the first.
Okay, so we have a a great wolf army?
Yeah, okay. I think I will. It's so expensive. Everything I want to do.
Catastrophe?
No, I get that for free.
Free catastrophe. Yeah, it is expensive.
Okay, I will. Fine, whatever. I'll just create a subrace of humans.
Another
And
one.
these ones are going to be. These are going to be mildly far away, but that's fine. They're going to have maybe like gone east and they got blown off course by the eye and they ended up crashing into this coast and now they're over here in the swamp.
You mean west?
Ooh, the swamp people.
That's what I meant. But yeah,
Swamp people.
they lost all of their technology crash, so they're sort of starting over. They don't have all of that innovation that happened over in Valine.
It's a theme here. You've got the swamp people and the bog people.
I don't mean for this to happen. It just does. Okay. Kronos.
Sorry. So I'm gonna pass for a moment.
Thanks. All right, guess I'll
Nothing
figure out what I
happened.
need to do real quick. Okay. I am going. Oh, I don't know what I want to do either. Well, I mean, I do know what I want to do, but I don't know exactly how I want to go about it. So I think I'm going to make sub-race of elves and make the dark elves. But I don't think they'll be that dark. Just
they're
the
just moody. They're edgy toward.
They're just moody.
They're emo elves.
They're the rebellious ones of the group. They don't like to be tied down. And, you know, they don't really like these wardens is the problem. So I think the elves are so focused on law, and the this kind of faction finds it stifling, so they have split off, and I think they just like I imagine they were like trying to argue their point and change the way governing was working with the elves, but these wardens were too powerful. So in the dead of night, they stole a bunch of ships from, what's the name of that city again? Aurorel? Is that correct,
Yeah.
Logan?
Yeah.
And they are now, I think, they're kind of just doing their own thing in the sea at the moment. I'm gonna place them later.
They're just
on
swimming.
a journey. They're on a journey.
So I'm going to command my avatar to command. I'm not going to fill this out. Command my avatar to command the order of growth to send awakened seaweed up here.
No.
seaweed.
Yeah, they're up here now.
Wait, where are they?
Ooh, in the
Confused.
bay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So they sent
no.
them through the straits, and they're hanging out up there now.
It's a little
Um,
close
Cool,
to my
cool.
doors.
Yeah. That's all.
That's it.
And I'm gonna pass because I have 4.
Oh no, Austin, why did you do this to me?
Just want to
Um,
help you do more stuff.
yeah, I guess. I'm still doing the same amount of things, but that's fine. Um, I think I'm going to command order again. And I will this time do that of the centaurs. There was a centaur general. But do we have like a name for centaurs, Austin? Like, what are we thinking thematically would their names be? Greek or what have you?
I hadn't really put much thought into it.
Make them Georgian,
Georgia.
Georgian.
like Scythian.
Okay,
Scythian,
so
Sarmatian. What are we doing?
I'm just imagining very
barbarians.
Russian centaurs.
the extent of my Georgian names is Gorgo. So
Oh.
Gorgo the centaur led a small group to venture across the frozen ice pathway to the doors and set out to venture forth. Austin, when they got there, what did they find?
So it's pretty much a wasteland. Like the remnants of vegetation is there, but everything's frozen over and dead. And then there is when they get to the actual doors, they see the wandering one just floating in the doorway, which is just a cloak, like just floating in the wind there.
As Gorgo approaches the door and reaches out to the wandering one and steps through, what happens?
So the wandering one, like moves around and like places himself over, and they instantly teleport to the other set of doors and see the envoy of shepherds waiting for them.
Does the remainder of Gorgo's troop follow? Are they allowed to
If
pass through the
Gorgo
door as
wishes his troop to come, they will be also come.
well? Okay, so there's now a small troop of centaurs that have marched through the door. We'll say it's 100 strong.
All right.
The centaurs are on the move. Nowhere is safe.
This
My
is great. I
poor
didn't have the
sweet
points to do this.
halflings.
Connor, what have you done?
My job!
Okay, my turn. I will command Avatar, the Godfather. And I will command him to make a city for or I guess he'll command the gnomes to build a city. However this works.
Optimal point usage here.
Yep. And so it's just like giant, like planks of wood piled into the ground, creating like a scaffold upon which the gnomes build. And they've like built on top of themselves so much that it got too heavy and like has sank down. So there's like over time there's just probably like 20 stories of the city that have just gone beneath the bog seemingly endlessly, and they just keep building up on top of it. And the city will be called Moss Deep.
It's a very stressful game of Jenga.
Yeah, it is.
This is how you get a dungeon.
Yeah, they're making Dungeon of the Mad Mage IRL or IR Virtual L.
IR Dawn of Worlds.
Okay. So when I forgot to mention when I created when the Kyrian elves created Phalos, their temple city by the time dragon in the mountains, they also got a free advanced civilization. And so the Kyrian elves in particular have been graced by Kronos and the time dragon, and they have advanced time manipulation. So the rest of the elves can do magic, but the Kyrian elves in and of themselves can manipulate time in two different ways. They can either manipulate outside of time, so they can like speed up timelines of certain objects and like degenerate them or regenerate them, and then they can also time jump should they feel the need.
They're too strong.
So that and the city of Valen has had a visitation from Kronos, and is realizing that their wicked ways are causing too much of a diaspora, and that they need to make amends. So Kronos sends purifying waters down the river and purifies the city of Valen. And that will be my move. Fools is 10.
Okay. So I hadn't really placed my dark elves, I think, last turn. I imagine they followed our kind of slipstream down past Clotho and the well, and they have landed in the southern part of Fantasy Australia, is what I'm going to call it now.
Australia.
And Australia. And that is where they're going to be situated at the moment. God, some of this stuff is much more expensive than you think it's gonna be. I think I'm just gonna pass. I think I'm done. I've only got 5 points, so
Okay.
I don't have much to do. How do you have so many points,
I
Abby?
don't know.
For
Keeps
events?
commanding Avatar for 1.
So that's true. I'm going to. You can create orders in other people's races, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, if we couldn't, I'd be screwed.
That's true. All right. I'm going to create an order of the Dragonborn that lives around, like, on the island of the city of Dappled Light.
Okay.
And they've basically, like, with their healing prowess, they've are like they're using it to nurture the island and like bring strength to the trees and like grow the trees in kind of a position that protects the city and its goodness.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're creating an order within the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just hang out in here.
Really?
And then
Are they
it's,
religious?
yeah.
So they are adherents of Mother Gaia.
I'm going to pass on my turn.
Yee! You keep doing this to me, buddy.
You're gonna spend those 3?
Yeah, I'm going to spend these 3. That's a whole command order, Austin.
True. You can have
Um,
Gorgo get up to some hijinks.
No, that's your job. You can do that. I got him through the door. Now it's
I got
up
him
to you
through
to
the
decide
door.
what his destiny is. I am going to command order of the Dragonborn, and there is one particular ambassador. So that's kind of what we decided they were, Austin or Sean, right? They've kind of
Yeah,
taken on an ambassadorial role.
they're like sort of catch-all travelers, I imagine. I said they were kind of ambassadors because at this early stage, I'm assuming a lot of the races haven't necessarily met each other meaningfully. But yeah, so they're sort of a religious. Their unifying theme is that they are a religious order, but they're really just travelers who are trying to spread good within the world.
Okay. How about one of those ambassadors is the first one to sail to this far Australia continent and makes contact with the sea dwarves and starts an ambassadorship and a trade relation with the two of them, between the two of them.
Sure. Yeah. I think they would want to trade. Austin, do you think the dwarves would want to trade?
Oh yeah, the dwarves they're very interested in trade. They've got all of this jewel smithing knowledge, but no one to share with.
I don't know. They have centaur monks.
That is true. They just popped up recently though.
There may be the centaur monks aren't quite as established as the dragonborn.
Okay, does that bring it to me? I am going to create a subrace of dwarves.
Land dwarves?
Are we gonna
Yes.
finally get land dwarves? Hill dwarves.
Such a
These
weird idea they would be on the land.
these sea dwarves, they have the heretical idea that when they go up to the surface, they see a beautiful world that they want to take. So they forsake their watery roots and they go to the exact opposite, this dry desert.
Oh, they're desert
And
dwarves.
these
Desert
are
dwarves.
desert dwarves.
Mm.
Do
Even
they live
worse.
like in the canyon, or are they like
Yeah,
in the
they
sand?
they live inside of like the canyon, like in the like Pueblo style.
Mm.
But they can also they survive in the desert. They don't actually, little known fact, they lived in the water so they don't need to drink, and that for some reason carried over when they were in the desert, so they don't need to drink anymore.
Oh, optimized.
Yeah, they get their
Optimized.
moisture from the air. I have no idea. They don't need to drink though.
It's like the people in Dune. They just like use their sweat and like just crazy
Just
stuff.
real nasty.
Okay, I'm gonna be saving my points.
I am also saving my point. That brings it back to Abby.
Oh boy.
What's Guy's big plan?
I don't know. Wait, the corrupt civilization, you can corrupt anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything, anywhere. For free.
Not for free.
Not for free, but
For a specified cost.
but there's no extra charge for distance or different race, non-order created race.
Okay, let me know if I can do this.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm so excited. This is going to be fun.
I want to command my order of growth to like build up a defensive barrier around this door here. Can I do that? Like basically enclose it in seaweed.
So your seaweed's gonna come onto the land.
Yes.
And it like tears down the doors.
This would be why I proposed that rule things. Not conflict, but clearly one player is not gonna like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So Abby could do it, but if we wanted to implement that rule, she'd roll a die to see how well it worked.
Sure.
So either way, it happens. But on a 1 or 2, Austin gets to not determine the outcome, but like he gets narrative control over that event.
Mm-hmm.
On a 3, I think I just have a die, so I'm just gonna share the die with you, so it'll make sense. And so it's like a 1 or a 2 is that, a 3, 4, 5 is just like normal, and then a 6 is something happens to such an extent that you can't even control it.
Where is this die?
I'll show you. It's right in your bar at the very end of it, probably. It's called Fate.
I don't see it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I see it in rollable tables under the macro.
Oh,
menu.
I see it. I'll roll
Oh,
it.
yeah, you can roll that. Well,
I don't think it works.
That is so-
I think you can.
I'll just roll a d6.
Go.
This
Yes,
is
go for it.
Hey!
We tried to get fancy. Wow,
It was
shit.
Abby. We knew what it was gonna be.
She has been very lucky lately.
Yeah, her whole life
Ah.
maybe.
So I feel like what should happen is just that entire little peninsula is just like overgrown with seaweed.
Yeah,
Like,
it's encased in seaweed. It's like this seaweed ball has formed. And the
It's
young
like-
seaweed like
yeah.
brings new water up to the old seaweed and like nourishes it. And the circle of life like continues in this seaweed ball.
I feel like it's like Korra. Like the vines are just like everywhere on this peninsula, and it's just very bad for everyone who's not the vines.
It's not vines.
You just be like absorbed.
Are
Goro's
you-
gonna have
yeah.
to get the heck out of
Yeah,
there.
Gorgo.
Fine.
Gorgo and the Shepherds. They need to get out of there.
I think it just encases like this bit though, right? Like Gorgo.
No, it's a 6, so you don't get to determine the extent.
Oh.
It's out of control.
It's out of control.
I feel like, yeah, it's definitely the whole peninsula.
The whole peninsula is jacked up now.
This whole peninsula has seaweed vines.
I don't know if they're seaweed anymore, but they're definitely.
Landweed.
Get in there.
Well, geez, what happened to Gorgo and the Shepherds? We'll have to find out.
Join
Find
us
out next
time.
week.
The Great Gorgo.
The Great Gorgo. The Adventures of Great Gorgo.
Alright, there you go. And that's my turn. Does anybody have anything else for the round?
I'm
Not me.
hopefully
Alright.
saving up those points.
I am below 5. I'm good. Oh wait, am I?
You
Yes.
can be equal to 5 as well. We did cover
Yeah.
that last time.
5 or fewer, yeah. Okay. Do we want
Do
to
we-
take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick 10-minute break. Just everyone, you need to have everything named when we get back if you haven't named it. And then we will continue on in round 4 of Age 2.
We're back!
I have so many points now.
I finally got passed up.
Nice. Okay. Has everyone's
Oh,
rolled?
look at
No! I was first.
Tiny boy.
Was.
Ugh.
Oh gosh. The centaurs will run rampant.
They're caught up in this seaweed. It's fine.
They are currently.
How
Okay.
will Gorgo live?
That is the question. Did Gorgo make it out? I am going to corrupt the shepherds. They were having a nice peaceful time. They had awaited the arrival of somebody from beyond the doors, and then the seaweed came, and they're like swallowed up by the seaweed, and it's not a very good place to live anyways. Anyway, so their mental state has decreased significantly. All right, so I'll spend the points on that, then we can move on.
Okay, I think that I will. I'm going to create not create. I'm going to command a race, and I'm going to command these little spin-off people over here, and they are going to found a Constantinople-like city here on these straits.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes.
As long as they don't mess with my wine.
Oh, I never have my token selected, even though I always try and remind you all.
How it always goes.
Okay.
Kronos.
Kronos is going to advance. We can advance sub races.
Yeah.
Can we? Okay. She's going to advance the people of the Great Demivka Plains, and give them since since they left the city of Valen, she's going to give them the advancement of being excellent hunters. Like they have a great sense of timing, and like kind of like athletic prowess. So that's what we're gonna do over there, so they can move around with ease. Almost like an intuition.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to create an order in the Dark Elves. And I think, when the Dark Elves broke away from kind of their homeland and they took to their ships, they had to find a way to travel to navigate the sea, and they looked to the stars. And so I think I'm going to create an order of the stars in the Dark Elves. And that will be my turn.
All right. So, creating an army
Oh God.
is
What?
Command City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each city can raise one army per round.
Okay. So I going to command the city of Dappled Light to make an army. A holy army. And I don't know how we want to represent that. But it's gonna be over here on this island. I'll find a token. Connor, you can go.
In this Byzantine city that Logan created,
Yes, its
I
name is
would like
pending.
Okay, so in pending, I'm going to command order, and we'll say that as the city government was being founded, as people were deciding upon the rule of law, there was a split between kind of a mercantile group who was trying to focus on trading and protecting this strait and collecting money off of boats and things that would pass through it, and one group who was rather more focused on letting it be a hub and letting people pass freely and um, using it as kind of a safe haven for any travelers that might arise. And so there's a split between the eastern and western half of the straits. The two governments disagree on what exactly their purpose should be. And so oftentimes, while the city is not divided, there is conflict internally. We'll say that the eastern governess's name is Cervella, and the western governor is Regino.
All right. Are you keeping track of these, Connor, or do you need us?
It's more lore than anything. I've got the names written down, but
Okay.
it's not like they're orders or anything. I'm going to be executing anything on them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think it is me next then. So I'm going to create an order within the shepherds called the Order of the Weed. And these shepherds have they feel like this is a better deal. You know, they were like, well, these doors are kind of weird, but this seaweed is really where it's at. So they're very interested in learning more about the seaweed and its purpose, and maybe worshiping it. It's a religious order, so there's worship involved. Yeah,
All right.
that's what they're gonna do.
Okay, I'm going to create an avatar, and it's going to be the first, like a great king in pending, whose name is also pending at this point. Not command avatar. He doesn't exist yet. Oh God, it costs 7. I always forget that.
Yep.
Hmm.
For the future benefits.
Oh my God, all my points are gone. No, 4. Okay, go Cronus while I come up with a name.
Cronus is going to create order within this Byzantine city.
Oh my God. Okay, let me come up with a name before
This
everyone does everything.
mystery city.
I don't know. I mean, Byzantium, Istanbul, Constantinople.
No, it
you
can't
got
be
three
a
to choose
real
from.
name.
Byzantinople.
Oh my God.
Byzanople.
Byzanople.
Beautiful.
Byzanople. She's going to create a guild of essentially just bankers. And the kind of thought process here is that money grows with time, and so Kronos is also the overseer of wealth and like accumulation of trade. So there's this whole society of bankers who start out within this city for the purpose of growing their wealth.
Has there been money in the past and this is like the first bank, or is this the founding of money?
You know, I'm gonna say this is the founding of money.
What is your money made out of?
What should our money be made out of?
Grapes.
Oh my God.
Grapes.
They've got a perfect example for how depreciation works.
Let's say, ooh, seaweed. No.
There is plenty.
Seaweed.
Gorgo's gonna be rich if that's the money.
Could be
I don't
copper, or
know.
that's a pretty common one for early.
What was that, John?
Copper.
Copper.
Copper. Gems or
Yeah, let's say
iron.
they discover like a precious metal kind of deposit, and it can be copper for now, and that is what, with all this surplus grapes and with all this trade debate going on, they Cronus comes down and inspires them to create a monetary system
Cool.
using this copper because it's shiny and pretty.
So what you're telling me is Cronus introduces capitalism and ruins everything.
Oh my god, in my city?
In your
More
city,
likely
you're
than you think.
welcome. And it corrupts the city while
Must
we're
be
at it.
destroyed.
How dare you?
Everything's just
You might have to
downhill
pay
from here.
catastrophe points for that.
Yeah, double.
Yeah, capitalism is a catastrophe, all right.
Oh, God. Okay, what did I say I'm doing? I'm creating an order. That's what I said.
I already wrote it
Um,
down. Wrote it down, I think.
Okay.
In pending.
Perfect.
That's the actual name of the city from now on. Pending. All right. What do I want to do? Um. I'm. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know what I'm great. I'm gonna advance civilization, and I'm gonna advance the Dark Elves, and I'm going to make them master boat rights. So I imagine that they don't really have a settled city, but they just kind of go along the coastline gathering resources that they need and fishing from the ocean. But they're basically a giant moving fleet.
That's reassuring.
So I'll spend those points real quick. And that will be my turn.
Okay. I am creating a race, I think. Oh, that's a lot of points, though. I'm going to do it. Okay. So I'm creating sentient spiders that come out of these giant glittering caves over here.
Ooh, horrifying.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I hate it.
They're like luminescent spiders, so their like abdomens glow blue with the
Made it worse.
Yep. And they come crawling out of these caves with their newly found intelligence, ready to explore the world.
And make friends, but everyone is terrified.
And they will have the Order of the Web, which is non-religious.
That's spooky.
Awesome. I was trying to find a good way to take advantage of my caves, but I like our sentient spiders.
All right, and that's my turn.
So, Austin, what do we feel has happened with Gorgo hanging out over here? How long do the centaurs live? Did Gorgo pass through here, get stuck in the seaweed, and then die 20 years later? What do you think is going on over this peninsula?
Yeah, I think most of the centaurs have died out at this point that were swallowed up by the seaweed. But Gorgo himself and a handful of other centaurs have managed to actually survive and learn to live in the seaweed, along joining up with the shepherds.
Okay, so I will command order of the centaurs, and I will have Gorgo um, organize sort of a formal government
Ooh.
between the centaurs and the shepherds. We'll say that the centaurs had sort of a ruling position in their culture, but there is
Mhm.
such a small number of them that it's precarious hold. And Gorgo is becoming more and more desperate to ensure that he can hold on to that control.
All right, I like it. All right. So I think I'm gonna make a race as well.
Whoa.
Gonna make a race of sentient oozes that emerge from, you guessed it, the tar pits.
Oh, yay.
no. Why the oozes?
Just imagine Slimer.
We have sentient spiders, we have sentient ooze. What more can you ask for?
So
Yeah.
many sentient weird things.
All right. So I will make them, and then I will make an order in the time between my turns.
Okay. So my avatar in this great city.
Oh, Valium? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a girl. I've decided. She is crowned queen. Her name is Calliope.
All right.
And she will command the city, I guess. Race? I don't even know. They're like synonymous at this point. But they're just gonna like start going out and I guess nope, they're gonna raise an army first. They have to do that. She's gonna make them raise an army. That's what she's gonna do.
All right.
Okay. It's I'm saving my 1 point.
Let's see. Um, I want to command avatar and I'm gonna have it add more to like my little volcano island and command the city to create a great hospital. So there will be a great house of healing within the city of gold, on top of the fact that they are already masters of healing. But if anyone ever, that they have an incurable disease, their greatest hope is this place within the city of gold. And that Would be my turn.
All right.
Wow.
What does my avatar want to do? Oh, I was gonna. Okay, my avatar shall purify the city of old people.
What?
Sorry,
Wait,
community
explain
get
that
real
again?
Old plants, her city of old plants. The
My city of
retirement.
old. Yeah, the retirement community is purified.
Perfect.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we can't corrupt the old trees anymore?
Yeah,
As
they're
as easily?
uncorruptible. They also couldn't do much if they were evil, but you know. That's what I got.
Logan, what do you
Yeah.
imagine this army that Calliope raised
Calliope.
is there to do?
Make a little from my perspective or from her perspective. She wants it to conquer the from sea to sea in her beautiful image and just establish rational order to this cluster of a continent.
Okay. So in an attempt to win her hand in marriage, one of her generals swears to take this army and march it west, to conquer lands and set out to bring order to the other humans who have lost their way. So they will march to this culture in the plain, and they will attempt to bring order to them. So the command is going to be to march them all the way over there.
Okay.
Big moves going on here.
I thought you were gonna say like your little night pack was gonna propose to her, and I was like, she's not into that. I'm sorry.
No.
Connor will spend the points to make her into that. Catastrophe.
Okay, so we now have an army over there. Are you going to fight?
Well, I mean, the command is to march the army. Passes it off to Austin's turn now. So
Yep, I am going to command the Wandering One to venture into the Great Plains. And go all the way over there. That's it.
I don't have any more points. That dumb. That stupid avatar Calliope took all my money. Commanding a race is too much money. I'm just gonna hold my point.
Jeez, we are all low
I'm
on points this round.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know
also
what happened. I had so many.
I had so many.
Sarah, was that are you holding up your point?
Yeah, I'm holding.
Okay. I'm going to spend my last point then, commanding Avatar to command order. And that will be for let's go with sea dwarves. Or sorry, desert dwarves. There is an explorer named Horatio who travels deeper into the desert than any other dwarves have gone before, and comes back with stories of this desert oasis, and it brings quite a bit of excitement to their villages, and people start whispering about traveling to that place and journeying further from the sea.
There's water over there we want to get to.
Fresh water. no
Fresh
less.
water. What is this?
It's not
And
seasoned
that's-
enough.
So bland.
Yeah.
That is the end of my points.
Okay.
Anybody else
I
spending?
think that's it.
All right.
Banana.
Round
Generate by
5.
hour.
I'm ready.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Good rolls this time, jeez.
I go
Gaia
first.
once again.
Whoa. No, it's me.
I know, but with that 12 for her roll.
Yeah, that's a little crazy, but
Just
whatever.
because it's green doesn't mean that it's automatically better, although it is better.
Abby, it's the best roll on the table.
Except it is, in this
It
case,
is,
better.
I will command Calliope to. She's gonna create an order of like royal guards, that defend her and the city. And they sort of work as an army, but they don't ever leave the city where she doesn't leave. And they are called the Curia. Perfect. And so that cost me uno punto. Gaia.
Think I will command my spider race.
Oh god.
I forgot about them.
I did too. I was so peaceful over here.
All right. This is how I make a city, right?
Yes,
I don't
with
know.
command
I think
race.
so.
A
What kind of-
spider city?
Oh,
Yeah,
Spider
Spider
City.
City.
Don't like
So they're
it
making a
at
city
all.
at the top of this giant waterfall chain, and at the top of this giant waterfall, there's like a giant web that the water kind of like spews out of, and the spiders live on this giant web and like eat the fish that come through the waterfall and stuff.
I just hate it so much.
I love
Wait,
it, but
are
I
the
hate
spiders
it.
nocturnal or diurnal?
They
Just
are
'Cause they
diurnal,
glow
I
in the
think.
dark, right?
They do glow in the dark. Well,
It's just they don't bump into each other as they wake up and are like, don't get a glass of water.
Little glass of fish juice.
the glowing in the dark helped more, I think, when they were in the caves, and it's just a product of
Okay.
yeah.
It's like their appendix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't need it anymore, but they have it.
Perfect.
So that's what they're doing.
Oops. All right.
So that leaves me. I think I want fighting to happen.
What?
What?
So how about I forgot the name that I gave him, but the general who marched over into the plains to conquer attacks the city, sacks it, and brings their wealth back to what's the city named, Logan?
Neovalium Occidens, but I think people just call it Occidens, and then they call it the other one on the other side Orientum. They've like shortened it to just East and West.
Okay, so he brings it back to the West City. It's a small collection of treasure and things, but the more important bit is that he effectively um, removed the head of leadership within that hunting community. So they're now a rather disorganized, disparate group of people.
Mhm.
Are they
Perfect.
like a subservient city? Like, are they paying tribute to like New Valley Amoxidants, or they've just been sacked and left?
Do they have much in the way of cities? Is there anything left for them to
No.
be a vassal, or do you imagine them as being nomadic?
I imagine that, I don't know, Logan, you can weigh in on this, but I was thinking they were pretty nomadic.
Yeah, they're pretty nomadic. I don't think they have really like they might have some small settlements, but they're very tribal, so like you definitely could raid like one of the bigger like war chiefs and like knock him down a peg, but in that like knock down the whole civilization of them.
Cool.
There you go.
All right, so it's me next then. So I'm going to command race, and I'm going to make the ooze found a city.
We have spider cities, we have ooze cities. What does an ooze city look like?
Slimy. Most things are like,
What do they build out of?
so it's
How do
mostly
they
like
use tools?
discarded ooze or oozes that have, passed and dried up. So their cities literally built on the bodies of ooze.
It's like fossilized ooze.
Yeah, it goes
That's
petrified,
terrible.
and then they use it as a sturdy material.
So it's like an anemone, anemone.
Yes.
Those guys.
Anemone.
Abby, get out of here with your science and words.
And they call the city Glorba.
The great city of Galorba. Long have I
Oh
wished
my
to see its
God.
visage.
And it's kind of bordering up on the oasis there.
Oh god, if you contaminate the oasis. Yeah, I think you made both of those, so
That's it for me.
Hmm. What should I do? What should I do? I think I'm going to create an order in the elves. And gosh, I forgot we have the that unending Aurora Borealis in Time Dragon Island. I think I'm going to like they have the wardens, but those aren't religious, are they? Or are
they are, yeah.
they are? Okay. Um, I'm going to make an order that worships the moon in the elves. I don't know if the aurora means that it's always maybe dark over Time Dragon Island, but I think kind of the orderly nature of the waxing and waning of the moon speaks to the elves and the wardens, and I will create an order within them. And that will be my turn.
Cool. All right. I am going to command command the city of Valen, since they are all about innovation and technology. They are going to build a great university to draw people in and concentrate their prowess. So it will build a university.
Okay, I think that the Demyevka people are going to found a city. I will command them to. They just cost so much. How do you make a city? I have to
Command race.
command.
And I think the
race.
point values are wrong because it's costing 6, but it should be costing 4.
Oh,
Huh.
Logan.
Well, everyone
Big
go
digs.
and count your points and then give it back.
What? I think that's too much work. We'll just have to deal.
But everyone who just did a string of them could just give themselves 2 points back.
I need my precious points.
Yeah, Sarah does after that roll.
I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, well, great. That's actually not that expensive. They're gonna create the great city of.
Demevka.
No,
Dimyevka.
Astrastal. Up here.
My gosh, I noticed someone changed my city name to Wingdings.
I thought it fit better.
Does feel very appropriate.
And so that was not create race, command race. That's my turn. Gaia, you're up.
Okay. Let's see what this description says. Yeah, so these glow spiders.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to advance their city. There's the points. And basically they're going to become really good at poetry.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I love them so much. Now.
Really? I also have opinions about them.
Catastrophe time.
So they're just like these super poetic spiders that live on this beautiful web that they create, and they like create music and poetry all the livelong day and are just sharing art with the world.
Is this like
Well,
a
really,
written?
with
Do
just
they
themselves.
have?
I think.
With just themselves right now, but
Do they
ideally
have,
with the
like,
world of vision.
Go ahead.
Go.
I was gonna say, do they write, or is it just all like spoken word poetry?
I think they write. They're really good at writing because they have 8 legs
Okay,
/ arms.
I love it.
So maybe they have this like really large library that every like master work of poetry gets put into.
They're like the scribes, the
Yeah.
record keepers of the world.
I love them. That's my turn.
That's up there with sentient seaweed.
Logan, who
Yeah.
might have founded the city of Dimyev?
It's actually here. I'll let you be the first one to say this aloud on.
Gonna zoom in on that real quick.
Nizhnyekt. The great
You
city
really
on the
have
plains.
to?
I have a random name generator open in another window, and I just find the best one. This is under Slavic.
Perfect.
And I figured this is like the city, let me describe it. It's like this is a plain, and this just happens to be like like Uluru almost, but not stone, just like a big hill. And they just have this city on the hill, so you can see it from like 50 miles away. You can see the city on the plains. And it's made out of like a red stone. So it's the Red City, I guess, is a colloquial name for it if you can't pronounce.
Is there a
We got-
particular leader of the Red City?
The brother of that guy that you killed.
Okay. So what is his name?
Oleg.
Let's
Oleg?
find out real quick.
Oleg, he is very incensed at the murder of his brother and the destruction of his people, and seeks to get revenge on the people of Neovalium Occidens. And in order to do so, he raises an army of his own people, and through their skill at the hunt, they have developed kind of a relationship with nature and these animals, and he is able to essentially recruit the pack of night, or at least some of them, who've grown large and powerful. And in his army, he has a large contingency of dire wolves.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And
There's
that's
never
awesome.
enough dire wolves.
Yep.
No, there's never enough.
I am going to do an event.
Whoa.
Has anybody else done an event? I've done. This will be my third one.
I think you've done almost all of them. There might have
Someone
been
did like
one
a
or two
super
others.
event for this timey-wimey.
Oh
There was
yeah.
a couple, and then we raised the was raising the island an event? I
Yeah.
forget.
No, yes.
That was a
And then
catastrophe.
the land bridge.
The land bridge, yeah.
I don't think that was an event.
I think the
Whatever.
land bridge was an event, but raising the island was a catastrophe.
Oh, maybe.
And we did them like at the same time.
We started to
It
get a
doesn't
little
really
bit
matter.
loosey-goosey with the rules towards the end, but
I think we're a little loosey goosey all the time, considering we can't even get the points right.
what the heck is that?
So a
their-
perfect
their invasion.
road appears, connecting these two cities across the vast plains.
The yellow.
They
brick
both
road.
hate it.
I do.
Bam. So yeah, a
Alright.
massive road appears.
So, I think this road appears. What's our year? Oh, -100. Yes. So the year is growing late, and Solaris feels a great change is happening. One of the last great races of the world is going to come into existence, and Solaris, who normally resides deep within the volcano, leaves it and makes a great journey across the. I don't even know what this place is called. Over to here, close to the once annual land bridge, and lands. And I don't think it's so much that, so I'm gonna use the action create race through my avatar, but I don't think it's so much that Solaris makes them as that he wants to be there when they're created. Because the orcs are going to arrive, and they will pop up right nestled by this river, mountain, and lake. And they're going to be -1 corrupted.
Also, that special ability where it says avatars may command create army. Avatars can normally do that, but this one they can do it without being in a city.
Mm.
For the orc special,
Yeah.
they can just create an army whenever. Yeah.
It's gonna be perfect for the elves.
So they're over here. And what is it? They're -1. And I imagine they kind of like emerge. There's like a small little cave, something from this mountainside, and they emerge from deep underground and come out. And I still get to give them an order, correct? You think?
Yeah.
The
Because
orcs,
it's a
yeah.
race. Yeah. So I think they actually like worship the like eclipses, basically. So they worship actually when Celestia May is kind of at its darkest. And Solaris does not like this as an avatar of the sun, more or less. So he's over there watching, but he hasn't done much yet.
Cool.
And that will be my turn. Once I spend my points.
Okay. So for command avatar, are we limiting the avatar's action to like geographically near them?
Yeah, or like if it makes sense, but you're like, oh, they're gonna do this thing, but they're not there because for whatever.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get around my limited number of points. I am going to I'm gonna command race again with the great city of Valen. And they are going to raise their own army because they are just not digging this whole vibe happening on this peninsula. So yeah, they begin raising an army and creating engines of war.
Do we have a literal yellow brick road going through the steps?
Yeah, that's what we've got going on here.
Let's see. So Calliope raised the army, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
I believe so.
She did.
So I can also just command the city to make an army this turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That or did you make the order? Your cure.
I
That,
think
that
I just,
is an army.
no,
Oh.
it
A
can't leave.
military
It's an order, not an army. It's just like if they're there, I imagine it'd be like a +1 or something like that to a defending army. They're guard, pretty much.
Gotcha.
But they don't do things outside of the city. Anyway, I'm actually going to command them to. They're going to build a great wall for the city. Just to protect it this turn. Okay, well, it didn't prompt me to put in that command, but 9 and Gaia. Oh my god, how do I have so many?
Yeah.
I'm saving.
never
my
happened.
points. So I'm passing. I don't know, Connor, do you have anything?
I do.
He's got to run those points dry.
I do. That's what I do every turn. I will. What? What am I gonna do? This is tough. I don't know.
You know, I think Calliope needs a catastrophe.
I do think that the general from Niz Hitbedechegede is going to march his army to the orcs and attempt to parlay with them and create some form of an alliance. So I'll use command order for that.
Okay. I think the orcs would agree. I mean, y'all are pretty far away. But you get the feeling that the orcs aren't the most trustworthy.
Okay. So it's a tenuous relationship at best.
Right.
That's the end of my turn there.
I think I'm just gonna hold my points. I'm good.
Okay. I have like 2 actions I want to do. Is anyone else doing anything, or can I just do them both real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm holding. Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna advance the Magna Diore people, however you say it, Sarah. They're gonna become the best at like administration, like tax, like bureaucracy. They have a great imperial bureaucracy. So that's gonna be 5 to advance that entire civ, and then what was my other one? I had 4 left, and I think I'm just going to. And so when I commanded her, she made the cure, and the army was made last round, I think. Right? Yes.
And
So
you're talking
she's
about
got
the.
2.
So I made the
Yeah.
army that was there. So that was my thing, not yours, Logan.
No, I made it. You just commanded it and took it on an adventure.
Is that okay? Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Yes, I think that does sound right. Yeah, I think
Okay.
the army was from last round.
Okay, I believe so. So I'm just going to command the city. They're going to build another army. And that's the rest of my 4 points. So I'm at 0.
Nice.
Woo.
So that's the end of round 5. So that's it for the second age, right?
This is when we keep going, but we vote every round, and if more than, so I guess in this case, if 4 people want to end it, we end the age.
Gotcha.
Which will change our point cost. So that's there's not huge changes. It becomes harder to advance cities and civilization.
Making races gets way expensive again.
Yeah, I mean, does anyone?
Do we need more races?
I really don't think so.
I was gonna create some ghost elves on the ring, but they're really an afterthought. So no.
The oozes need sub races.
Oh God.
Black ooze, green ooze.
I mean, creating avatars
Poison
becomes harder.
Yes.
Events are more
I could be
expensive.
fine with like another 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I could go for more.
Cool.
Is this the part where Logan is like, we should keep playing?
Yeah, I don't have anything until 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Well, we have been going for like 3 hours, so we could call it and then wrap up age 2 next time.
Yeah.
Personally, I will vote to end age 2.
I would also probably vote to end age 2, but
Like yes. So if we do you have the numbers to end it? So there's 2.
I
vote
vote
no.
as well.
So Sean or Sarah, if one of you votes yes, it ends. No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
We still have so many catastrophes.
I know. Next
I
stage
Yeah,
is going to be
age
know.
3 is
disaster.
going to be a train wreck.
I mean, age 3 is called conflict, so, you know.
Called
Probably-
relations.
It's called relations, yeah, not conflict.
Relations and
But we can
conflict
see
are
where-
the same thing, Sean.
Abby
Yeah,
wants
Abby
to
loves
go with that.
relations.
I'm worried that you
Hmm.
think relations are conflict.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I vote no. I would prefer to have at least one or two more.
Sarah, all the
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, you know, I
There's
say
no actual.
Yeah, no
two
actual
two
pressure.
more rounds.
Oh,
Sounds good
okay.
in this
Oh,
range.
wow.
So we can do that.
Cool.
Those next session then?
Yeah,
there's
we'll
no
wrap
rush.
up 2 and then start 3.
I have a feeling
probably.
3 is gonna be a mess, so that'll take.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we need to start bursting out those catastrophes, guys.
It's going to be like 2.5 of 3 next time. They'll have to have a final finish up the third age.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
That'll be good. So that'll wrap it up for tonight. Sean and Logan and I will get John back next week, and we'll continue Burning Wheel.
Our finale was supposed to be a month ago.
Finale part 3.
Don't worry about it. You guys are
The
just
penultimate-
slow.
Ultimate
Okay.
episode.
You're so slow.
Mean.
And now Venus is evil. It's just not good.
This is evil. I tried to turn him into a frog and it went terrible.
He's not evil. He's aggressive and obsessed with addicted to death.
Something like that.
Something.
Uh,
It's a good
So
time.
evil adjacent.
Yeah. I'll
Um.
allow it.
Yeah. So we'll be back next Wednesday with that, and then continue this at some undetermined date. We'll tweet it out as per usual. So we will see you all then. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.